Okay, so today's recipe is samosas, beef samosas. So I've made my dough, rested for 15 minutes. Now I'm rolling it out into 6 kind of the same size circles. And then I'm going to quickly cook them for a few minutes. And once I get all this rolled out, I'll be back and show you the next step. Okay, so I have my samosa pastry all rolled out into basically 8-inch diameter circles. There's 6 of them. So now what I'm going to do is I just have some canola oil. Just rub canola oil on the tops of all of them. And you just keep doing this. And once you get them all full, you just dust them a little bit with some flour. And I'll get all of them done, and once they're all done, I'll be back. Okay, so I have all my dough covered with olive oil. Now and dusted with a little bit of flour. You just place them one on top of the other. Doesn't have to be totally perfect, but it helps. You just layer them all one on top of the other. And then once this is done, I'm going to roll them out to about 12 inches in diameter. Then they'll go into the oven just for basically until it just slightly changes colors, so maybe 2 minutes. And so once I get all this stacked up here, I'm going to roll it out again. So once I start rolling it out, I'll be back. Okay, so I got them all stacked up here. They're kind of almost all the same size. And then just push down on the edges, grab your rolling pin, and start rolling them out to about 12 inches in diameter. I got these nifty little marks here I put on just so I get it almost perfect. And then once I roll this out and it's the perfect size, I'll be back. Okay, so I got my dough rolled out. Here's my mark for my 12 inches, so I'm almost perfect. Now I have a hot pan in the oven. It's got to be hot when you put it on there. I'm just going to throw it on there. Hopefully it fits. And then into the oven, just until it changes colors. So keep a close eye on it, and about 2 minutes, I guess, it'll change colors or it'll bubble a little bit. Then I'll flip it over, maybe another minute on the other side, and then it's good to come out. So I'll show you when it's ready to flip over. Okay, so here we are. It's been in there for a couple minutes. You can see it's starting to bubble a little bit. Change a little bit of colors. I'm just going to flip it over quickly and do the other side for about a minute. So once it's ready, I'll be back. Okay, so it's been on the other side for about a minute. It looks perfect. Now, just give it a few minutes to cool off because it's really hot. So you don't want it to cook, really. You just want to, I don't know what the word is, but, and then take this off of here, put it on the counter. Whew, it's hot. And then I want to cut it into half. A nice sharp knife. This one really shrunk anyways. Cut it down the middle. And then fold it over. And then cut this down the middle. And then you'll see they're still really hot. But they'll all come apart. Just try not to tear them. Whew. hot. So they all come apart like that. And this will make 24. So once I get them all taken apart, because they're really smoking hot right now, I will be back. Okay, so I've got them all separated here. I just got to keep them covered or they'll dry out. Just the last one to separate. And they're still pretty hot, but not as piping hot as they were. So here they all are, ready to be filled. So this is 24 of them. So I'll get ready to fill them and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I got one of my little samosas ready here, so you can see basically how big it is. I'll just put it to the side. Here's my beef mixture, meat mixture. There's a whole bunch of good stuff in here. And here I just have some paste that I made out of equal parts of flour and water. Maybe a quarter of a cup of flour, quarter cup of water. I didn't use that much, but I'll probably need to make more. So I'll show you here quickly how this process goes. Remember to keep them covered up and they're still relatively warm. So you just fold this bad boy over like this, because you want to make them into little triangles like that, right? That's how they need to look. So I got this folded over here. Just going to put some flour, the little paste I got going, and then fold this little guy back over here. And this little paste will keep it staying together. And this is kind of what you're aiming for. And then you just fill it up. Don't overfill it. Trust me, it's easily done. Overfilling it. Pat it down a little bit. And then you just want to get some of your flour and water paste on here. And then you just go ahead and fold it right over, just like that. And then here you have another cute little guy. So I got 22 more to go. Once I get them done, I got some oil over here heating up, some canola oil. Once I get them all done, I'll get them cooking up in the oil and I'll show you that process when we get to that point. Okay, so my oil's been heating up. I'm just going to drop them in, maybe 4 at a time, till they get nice and golden brown looking. Just let them do their thing. Maybe I'll throw another one in there. But the more you put in, the more you cool your oil down quicker. So maybe I'll stick with 4. Next time I won't put 5 in. And you just let them cook on each side. I don't know, just till they're golden brown, maybe a couple of minutes. Don't let them cook too long. You just give them a little check. And then you just keep doing this. And I still have over here the rest of my dough. It's still pretty warm, because you got to keep it covered up. Just wanted to show you what they look like once they're done. So it needs another few seconds on this side, and then we'll flip them over, and then we'll show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, so we're still cooking them up. I found that 4 at a time is basically perfect. I keep having to adjust the temperature of my oil, because I'm not really, it's too hot 1 minute and then it's too cold. But anyhow, so here's the cooked ones over here we have. And I'm just going to show you again, one more time, how to wrap them up. So my pile is going down a little bit. And this is only the second time I've ever done this, so it's kind of a tricky procedure. Just want to kind of get it into a little triangle. Put some of the little paste on. Make sure your bottom part gets closed, your triangle. And then you want to hold it like this and fill it. not too full. And they don't all come out perfect, but I'm really not worried about that anymore. The first ones I made were obnoxious. They looked horrible. They tasted alright. My first time I used a different dough recipe, but I find this dough to be the better of the two. So and none of mine look like triangles the first time, so if you're trying it for the first time, don't be worried. Just keep working away, keep filling them, and once they're all done, I'll be back and show you what they look like inside. Okay, so I'm going to cut into one. It's cooled off a little bit, just to show you what it looks like inside, the meat inside, and I'll give it a taste test and see how it tastes, and once they're all done, I'll be back one final time. Okay, so there's the samosas. There should be 24 of them, but I ate one of them, and the neighbor got 3 of them. So there's 20 of them there. My back's killing me, I gotta sit down, and I have about, I don't know, another 80 to go. Hope you enjoyed the samosa video. Thank you.